San Antonio doesn't get weather like that. There was, I saw a graphic the other day that said that every county in the state of Texas, there's 254 counties, had we were in the pink. The whole state was in the pink. It was this is not good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and call the meeting to order, and we'll do our invocation and pledge, and then we'll get to y'all here in just a second.
Dear Heavenly Father, I come to you today and thank you for all your many blessings that you've given us all, Lord. We just ask that you just let this front move on through and protect the people who have no electricity, who have no water, and Lord, and so that they may make it through this cold snap. Lord, I just ask that you be with Commissioner Williams' wife, Michelle, as she is in the hospital in Lubbock, and hope for your healing powers on her and protect that family. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. Pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
What's my Michelle?
I'm sorry? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
She's in the hospital?
Yes, sir. Yeah, he mentioned that in a text yesterday to me and asked for our prayers. He didn't give a lot of detail, but just asked for. I have no idea. He didn't give any details. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and let me do this first. At this time, any person with business before the court not scheduled on the agenda may speak to the court. No formal action can be taken on these items at this meeting. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes. Okay. Court to conduct a public hearing on proposed tax abatements agreement with KCE TX 13 LLC. And we'll open that up at 10:03. So y'all have heard about the rolling blackouts that are going on here in Texas, everything that's going on with the electrical system. As it turns out, this is kind of timely. It would be more timely if we'd done it a year ago, but talking about it is timely in that if we had more of these storage facilities, we'd be able to put out into the system at this time and relieve some of that stress of these rolling blackouts. Is that what you believe, or is that your thoughts on that, or what do y'all think?
Yeah, I believe our client, Michael Bevering, has joined as well. Michael,
Okay.
Are you on?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. This is Michael Byron with eCapture.
Good morning.
So, Michael, I defer to you.
Yeah, thanks, David. Appreciate it. That's a correct statement. Really, energy storage, obviously the new technology, and eCapture's trying all we can to deliver it to the grid as quickly as possible. It certainly would have helped with our current state. I'm calling from Houston, like probably many of us, without power for the last day or so, and wearing my winter gear. That's what we have this phone call. But certainly, our firm is eager to install energy storage around the Lone Star State as quickly as we can to help the situations like this.
Okay. Any discussion? Any thoughts? What do y'all think?
They did it yesterday.
I agree. Yeah, we've had some that have been out without power. Some sitting in this room.
Solar deal, will they help us or will they gonna go to Dallas?
Good question. So the question that we're getting is, will these, when these batteries put back into the system, will it help us or will it help Dallas, Houston? Where will it help?
Yeah, it's a great question, and thanks for repeating. You're right, the audio isn't as clear. I'm just calling in.
Sure.
But so what happens with electricity is it'll travel the path of least resistance wherever there is load, that is where it will be consumed, and almost instantaneously, right? So we all, so I should take a step back. When we have wind generation, as you all do enjoy out there in West Texas, I actually developed wind prior to my employment here at Key Capture in ERCOT in Texas. So there's a difference between the amount of wind generation that is generated in West Texas that does travel over to load centers naturally because of the sheer volume of that generation. And so as it meets the load needs in the immediate vicinity, the residual will carry across the high voltage lines to other load centers, and usually to the east, just the way our state has been developed, I guess. But energy storage generally is more of a regional play. 19 projects geographically dispersed throughout the state, just to help support the grid. And it's again more of a regional play. These batteries are only designed for initially right now for 2 hours, and that's really just because the technology is still in its infancy being developed, and it remains costly, honestly. We'll probably develop longer duration batteries, but we just aren't there yet.
Okay. That answer your question? So it would be closer to this area. It wouldn't be able to travel as far. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the windmills in weather like this, solar panels in weather like this.
Right.
Are not ideal.
Yes. And I saw something yesterday, it's actually on Fox News. It was sent to me and I looked up the whole article. 1/5 of the electricity in the state of Texas is from renewables, windmills and solar. So we need additional help with that. So
Very much.
isn't well, when you think about how many there is, it's more than I thought it was. It's really not, I guess in the grand scheme of things, a lot, but
By the time it gets, when you get to the big towns, it don't take much to use that.
exactly. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't think now, I'm no.
Yeah. So, okay. Any more comments in the public hearing? Okay, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing at 10:09. Court to discuss and consider tax abatement agreement with KCE TX13 LLC for the following projects. Property owner is Randy and Jessica Williams. Applicant for abatement is KCE TX13 LLC. Name and location of reinvestment zone is Dermot Electricity Area Reinvestment Zone, or DEERS, located at the intersection of CR 2105 and CR 2128 in Scurry County. And there's a map that y'all have. Description of improvements, construction of an approximately 50 megawatt energy storage facility. Estimated cost is $25 to $30 million. So what do y'all think about the tax abatement agreement? We would get $510 per megawatt, which would be about $25,500 a year for 10 years, starting January 2022.
Well, you gotta start somewhere. You can't start on top, so to
Right.
speak. And it's money that Scurry County can use that Scurry County does not have. I mean, depending on how you look at the tax abatement, we put no money in it
Right,
to get it.
right. It's additional monies that we're not getting at this
Yes,
time either.
yes. And where I understand it, the company is going to make up the property tax increase for Williams,
Mhm.
which is an issue coming from windmills and
Sure.
everything else. I personally don't see why we wouldn't. I really don't. I said, you gotta start somewhere. And anybody thinks that you can start at the top, you can't.
Right.
You work your way up. So,
Yeah, we've proven this week that it's needed as well. So,
yeah, I mean, this is an odd situation.
Sure.
That doesn't mean it's not gonna happen again.
right.
So, I would make the motion that we approve the tax abatement.
All right, all in favor? Okay. Court to discuss and consider road use agreement with Quick KCE TX 13 LLC. And that one, did you get mine? Okay. So there are 3 roads that would potentially be utilized for the project: CR 2128, CR 2105, and FM 1142. And those are just right there around, as you can see on that map. Those are the ones that would be impacted. And it's the same agreement that we've used in the past.
I thought it was just nearly identical to the one for wind turbines. Everything you did.
Pretty much.
Yes, sir, it is.
Those have worked out really well. I mean, they've all done what they said they do.
Right.
What this says.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah.
Greg's precinct especially,
Yeah,
they did more than what they said they did.
right.
I would say we need to approve the road use maintenance agreement.
That sounded like a motion.
It was.
Jim second.
Jim second, all in favor? All right.
Now, it's 2 originals back, that should take care of everything I need.
Okay, I'm gonna send those, mail them to y'all, and then if y'all will sign and send back to, when you get them. And, we'll be in business.
That's great. Hey, thank you for your time today. We really appreciate your support.
Forward to this. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Enjoy your 45 degrees.
Yeah, enjoy your 45 degrees up there in New Jersey.
We thinking about you down there.
All right, thank y'all.
2 degrees in my house right now.
Oh, no, that's not good. All right,
Thanks, y'all.
thank
Take
y'all.
care.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah.
Okay, Thank you, Mark.
Yes, sir, I'm headed to the Armory. Over there.
Okay.
Okay, so that agenda is complete.
That agenda is complete. Well, I was just making sure that everything was similar on the other. It is.
Here's y'all's good paper on the original.
Okay. All right. Get more of those, and I'll get you copies.
Okay.
Presentation and discussion of department head, committee, and board reports. Well, let me do something before we get into that. We with all of this weather and all, we've the school in Hermley was open on Saturday. We didn't have any Power Community Center on Saturday, so we opened the community center in Hermley yesterday for people to go to. We've opened the Armory today for people to go to. I heard some reports of people not having a place to go. It was available, but we didn't get anybody feel it. I guess we didn't hear of anybody needing it. So it is open today, and it will remain open for anybody who needs a place to go. It does have running water, and it'll have electricity. It's got a generator. Fluvanna Community Center was opened yesterday for the folks out there. Ira has a place, but it's I think it's either at the school or one of the churches.
The schools.
At the schools. So if anybody needs some place to go. And I know the hotels have been filling up too. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. Presentation and discussion of department head, committee, and board reports. I'm sure you've all spent multiple hours checking that out. I've got people that are doing all kinds of work. Any discussion there? Okay,
Everybody's doing what they gotta do.
okay,
We graded yesterday, but it was hell to get them started.
oh, I bet,
Finally got them started about 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And time you drove to Fluvanna and the Snyder and started back out. Well,
Yeah.
we got some done, but we, didn't get just a heck of a lot.
yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll go ahead and court consider accepting donations to county entities. We have a few, senior center and the golf course. And the ones for the golf course are specifically for the irrigation system. The members have decided that they would like to get the irrigation help in getting the irrigation system taken care of. Each year that we have we have expenditures out there. Most of the expenditures go to repairing the irrigation system. So they're wanting to assist in replacing that irrigation system. And there's $1,800 in donations so far on that, on today's. And then a couple for the senior center, $6,685.93, $978.50. Those are both for the senior center.
There you go, with people going to these departments, they want,
Yes,
I mean, that's just always worth it.
absolutely.
So I'll make the motion to accept the donations to the senior citizen center and golf course.
All right, all in favor? And you know what I did skip was discussion of inter-precinct project schedule and staffing. You said you were blading as much as y'all could when y'all can get the equipment started. So you did get it started.
We
Just took a
finally
little
got
while.
it started. How come is there any place that you can't put a heater, a block heater, like you do a truck on them graders?
I would assume the newer ones have them. I don't know that. We put ours in the barn.
Well, you're blessed.
Yeah.
It should have one.
Well, I would have thought it would have had one too, but they,
Couldn't find it.
according to Dale, it hadn't. But that don't make no sense. There ought to even be a place on them old ones, still on an old tractor, there's a place to put a block heater.
Knock out a freeze plug. That's where they go.
Well, a truck's got a regular slot on it that you take out and put that heater in the truck.
They got a freeze plug on them. They don't have block heaters. You can put a block heater in place of the freeze plug.
Bigger freeze plug than I've seen.
They make them pretty good size.
I just didn't see it then. But,
Well, I can't say that I wouldn't either, but I would think that.
a truck is put that thing in, of course, it's got to do it like this. You stick it in like that, and it just melt right up right to it, plug it in the plug.
Right.
But, I put a many of them in there, but I can't imagine a piece of equipment like that not having it. Now, we've got an older machine, I can see maybe it didn't have one, but they still ought to be a place on that.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, we're in West Texas though. It doesn't get cold here in West Texas.
Bring your butt outside this thing. I promise you, you'll need another pair of underwear on.
I bet we figure out what you need to do, because, nothing else, they make heaters is there magnets that goes on the oil pan that you plug in?
Well, that dang old 4020, I found a deal at one of these places and ordered it. You just take the oil stick out, lay it over and stick this thing in. It's about that long, goes plumb to the deal.
Yeah.
Stick it in there and that 4020 will start just like brand new. But I don't remember where I ordered that doggone thing yet.
There's several ways to heat one up.
Well, out here in that part of town, we ain't found it yet.
I'll help you out with that. See what we can come up with.
All right, I appreciate it, cause that shows a lot of hurt on that engine.
Yeah, it's hard on. But, we're getting a new bridge, weather's not cooperating. Surely, so
Okay.
they're still working on it.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Anything, Jeff? No. Okay. All right, we'll move on to discuss and consider, open and consider bids on fuel oil and grease. Fuel, oil, and grease, not fuel oil. Gravel, asphalt, scrap metal, and iron.
2 minutes. I don't have any, I've got computer issues.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here's some.
I got 2 software
y'all to
programs
open.
fighting each other. And they won't let me. But I'm working on it.
Everybody gets 2 today. That way I don't have to sit here and y'all have to wait on me.
You gonna read them?
Sure.
I mean, how you gonna do it?
How do y'all want to do it? What do you want? You want me to read them all? I don't mind reading them.
Up to you.
Or do you,
$30 a ton.
because some of this gets pretty involved.
I don't need to read it, then it just involved.
Not the other thing you could have.
All right, I'll start with the easiest one. Snyder Iron and Metal. Number 1 steel, number 2 steel, 10 mixed cast iron, long iron cars, all $130 per ton. We'll furnish a container.
That was the only bid for steel.
Yes, sir. As far as I can tell, it is. All right, Ergon. Seal coating asphalt. Emulsion. Several different ones. CRS-2, MS-2. MS-2 is no bid. CHFRS-2P. CRS-2P, CSS-1H, AE, and P in that order. $2.61 a gallon, $2.96 a gallon, $2.96, $2.66, and then the AE and P is $3.11. Fog seal, CSS-1H 4060 is $1.34 a gallon delivered, and then the CSH 1H 3070 is $1.12. Was $1.79, and that's full transport loads of 5,500 gallons. So, there's Ergon. Tucker Oil Company. And y'all know whether these are new or not. So
That's new.
this one's new,
Mhm.
Tucker's new.
Yeah.
Okay.
They bought Bethel.
Oh, did they? Okay. All right, unleaded gasoline is refinery cost 15 cents. Price per gallon diesel is 15 cents. Profits 15 cents for each. That's freight per gallons plus profit per gallons. Oil is $20 per freight drum, $50 profit. Oil and diesel motor oil, $20 of freight per drum, $50 per profit. Hydraulic oil is $20 freight per $50 profit per drum. Transmission oil is $20 freight and $50 profit. So,
Here's my comments.
okay, thank you. So I guess I'm not understanding the can't be 30 cents a gallon. I guess that's above what is normal. And so McCormick's, their freight is 4 cents. Their profit is 8.9. The other one is 15 for both. Diesel is 4 cents and 8.9 for profit. Oil, motor oil, all of these are 0 for their freight per drum. Started out at 10, marked through it, put 0. And then for the motor oil, gasoline, diesel, hydraulic, transmission, all of those, they had $50 profit per drum. They marked it out and put $35. So there are 2 there for fuel oil and diesel. Separate those. Five. Precinct number 1, 2, 3, and 4, 2,000 tons. Vilmore are all 1875. This is from R.E. James Gravel Company. Merkel is 1950 a ton. Slayton is 1050. If available, Vilmore making good unwashed grade 5. Yeah, that's tough. Seal coating gravel, grade 5. Same thing for, that's the same document. Same document. I guess they have 4 of them. They're all the same numbers.
Yeah, they usually send a copy of each of those for each
For
commissioner.
commissioner. For type A grade 3, no bid from R.E. James Gravel Company. For type A grade 4, 62 mod. And all of this is like way over my head, so I hope y'all understand what I'm talking about here, because I don't. Vilmore is no bid. Merkel is 1950. Slayton is 1425 a ton. Okay. Yeah, I just didn't. I don't know the different grades and all. And then type A grade 4 is $20 a ton out of Vilmore. No bid for Merkel and Slayton. Plant not running due to no water right now, apparently, in Vilmore. So, y'all want copies? These copies to look at?
But we're, I haven't looked at them. I don't remember from last year.
Okay. Okay.
Are they the same as last year?
Not exactly, but
Pretty close.
pretty close. The emulsion is good. Of course, we got one bid for emulsion and one for rock, so.
Yeah.
Different plants, same company.
Y'all normally accept all those, right?
Yes,
And then discussion on fuel, oil, and grease.
seems to me that Cornix is gonna be the cheaper of the two
It does,
because of the freight and the price.
yes. 4 cents for freight, 8.9 cents for profit on the gas and diesel for McCormick's and Tucker, is it?
Mhm.
Is 15 cents freight and 15 cents profit. And then they charge, they didn't charge freight, or they are not going to charge freight for the motor oils, hydraulic and transmission oils, and $35 per drum. The other one was $20 freight per drum and $50 per profit. And then this is aggregate. Asphalt emulsion. That's just descriptions, it's not a bid.
Yeah. Due to Tucker not being as localized as McCormick's,
Mhm.
is probably one reason the bid is higher.
Yeah.
It's just my fault, because I think their home office is Slayton, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
The McCormick's has always been very reasonable with their freight and profit, and McCormick's is used to be the only one we got.
Yeah.
But now that Tucker here, we do have something to compare it to.
Absolutely.
McCormick's is by far the cheapest, and they're extremely local.
Yeah. Yeah, now Tucker does say home office is in Slayton, but they do have an office here as well, is what I just saw on the addresses. So, but
Still,
Yeah.
the price.
yeah, absolutely, price is quite a bit different. That adds up.
It does, as much as Scurry County uses. Not to mention, if you had the precinct arms all together, and fuel station, and
Mhm.
it does add up.
Yeah.
So, but I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, as far as the gravel and emulsion, we accept both of them.
Mhm.
And then, McCormick Marketing get the fuel bid, due to them being cheaper,
Mhm. Scrap iron.
and scrap iron, we can take them, which is one bid. So,
Okay.
in a really, really odd way, that was emulsion.
Got you already. I'm with you, Sean. I'm following right along with you.
Is there a second?
All
All
right.
right, all in favor? Very good. Court to discuss and consider an alternate date for Commissioners Court scheduled for March 2nd, 2021. That is a holiday, Texas Independence Day. So,
What day is that?
that is the first Tuesday of March. So we can move it to a Monday or a Wednesday, or we can move to the next week, the 9th. Of course, our other meeting will be the 16th.
We'll do it that Monday.
Okay, Monday the 1st,
Yeah.
first day of March.
I mean, that's my opinion.
I've got no problem with that.
Because if we go schedule too close together,
Yeah. I agree.
so anybody else have any thoughts?
I
Great.
Mr. Father-in-law.
Did you say remind you?
Huh?
Did you say remind you or find
No.
you?
No, it's
Fine.
fine with me.
Okay, because you might have to remind me.
Oh.
That's probably a given for all of us.
Yeah.
Judge of what? Motion.
Bids, I mean, the agenda will have to be out on Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
right.
Well,
72,
Friday,
yeah.
Saturday, Sunday. No, it can still be
it can
Friday.
still be Friday.
Yeah, Monday will be 72.
Friday at 10.
Yeah,
You just have to get up there in the morning instead of the afternoon.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although it can be early.
It can be earlier. Yes. Yes.
We'll make sure it's said.
Yes.
Motion, March 2nd, needs to be moved to Monday, March 1st.
Okay.
Second it.
All in favor? Court to discuss and consider employee policy funded solely by Scurry County employee donations. All right, so well, this was brought to me by Kirsta, our county treasurer, because our funds are getting low in that fund, and that's all employee funded by donations. It's not. It doesn't come out of any taxpayer dollars, and what this is usually if a family member has, or an employee has a family member that passes, a plant or flowers are sent to that family member. We have had quite a few here recently, and so the funds are getting low, and we really didn't have anything in place as to what is done or how it's done or anything, and this is just kind of an in-house policy, more than a handbook type policy. So you each should have a copy of it. Basically, it says that the fund is the employee fund is funded solely by the Scurry County employee donations. The employee fund can be used to purchase the following: a plant or flowers for the following reasons: death of employees sent to employee's family, death of employee's family member related by first degree consanguinity or first degree affinity, as funds are available. And then notification, please notify the treasurer's office as soon as possible so arrangements for a plant or flowers to be sent can be made. And then the funds donation to the employee fund can be made in the treasurer's office at any time. So that's basically what that boils down to. Just shows that, and that's pretty common for employees to donate to something like that.
It is,
It's not a requirement.
even if that fund that's funded by employees gets low, I can assure you that the county employees will belly up.
Absolutely.
For lack of a better term, so.
Yes. I think you're right.
Well, it is low.
Yeah.
So if employees would like to donate.
We may need to send an email out because I
Yeah.
think there's probably some that don't even realize that exists.
Right.
And I'll send one out to all as
Yeah.
well as,
Cause that, I mean, that's a good deal, but that needs to be kept, donation on.
Right. Can I ask you if it's possible to do a payroll deduction?
it is possible.
Is that something we would need to add in here if we?
I don't think so. I'll make up
Just
a form
okay.
and that they can sign and elect to have it deducted.
Okay.
That is something that we can do.
It'd be kind of like when not we, but somebody needs additional sick time, we have a form. If they have enough, they can donate. Be basically the same thing.
We'll just keep it in-house and so I think it is important that we send flowers or a plant and
Yeah.
in these situations, it shows that Scurry County does appreciate the employees. So.
I agree. Any thoughts, Craig?
Well, don't put no flyer on me, but I'm not against it. Just don't put one on me, don't waste that kind of money.
Rock and
Lump of coal.
Alright.
I'll take it or a catch you.
So what kind of motion we need? We're just gonna leave it like it is, or?
Well, we don't actually have this in place, do we?
What do you mean?
We need the fund policy. We need to adopt this fund policy.
Mhm.
So that's a motion to adopt the employee fund
Okay,
policy.
we'll make the motion that we adopt employee fund policies. So we need that. Be, what would you call it? Paid for by Scurry County employees.
Paid for by, yeah.
I'll be kind and
Indulgence.
second.
You'll be kind. All in favor.
Thanks, Craig.
Appreciate that. Court to discuss and consider changes to job description and classifications for the following: information technology director, golf course department head, golf course regular employee, welfare department head, and welfare clerk assistant. I'm gonna let Kirsta address this one.
It's important that we have job descriptions on all our employees, so they know what to expect, we know what to expect. It also comes in handy with workers' comp related issues, so over the year, I'm going to be breaking y'all a whole bunch of job descriptions to approve and read through for hopefully all the departments, but definitely the ones that are not ran by elected officials. So
And those are in your packet.
Not having a job description, as Kirsten just said, it becomes a he said, she said, and if you ever do end up for workman's comp, anything, the department head that has an employee without a job description, or a department head that is without a job description, leaves it wide open. There's nobody else that has as many employees as we do, Scurry County does, that does not have job descriptions for every position.
and these are really just updating them, you know, job descriptions should be looked at regularly. Things change. We also discussed in the executive session a couple of the issues that are being cleared up in these job descriptions. So it's just something that we regularly need to do, and it's on my list.
And the classifications also is something that
Mhm.
is changing on these. And that is because the number of employees they have as far as department heads.
That
Right.
and that 50% of their job duties are not
Managerial.
considered FLSA exempt.
Okay.
It mainly affects the smaller departments.
Right.
Which basically boils down to overtime.
Right.
Yes, these departments do become eligible for overtime. And there's definitely two of them, I can see that happening.
Mhm.
So we'll
Right.
have to watch that pretty closely.
Well, this is a change in the program then, right?
To some extent, yes. Yeah.
So,
And it won't change what they're doing on a daily basis.
well, what I'm trying to get at is my hope would be that it's not just taking a piece of paper in there and throwing it down and saying this is the way it is. I would hope that, well, you're the one that's needing it done, that you would bring them in, whoever it might be, and explain to them exactly why this is happening, and how to do it to the right way, and what you'll be looking for.
Well, it's just a job description.
I know
It's
it,
not
I
any-
know it, I realize that.
I'm not allowed to do performance reviews or anything.
You're not reviewing them. Somebody, even if it's him, if you don't wanna do it, somebody needs to explain to them what is going on, so they'll at least know. I mean, the regular, yeah, I know you're not the regular fella, but you take an idiot like me, I am. Things has got to be explained a little bit.
And I've talked to each one of these
Well-
department heads in length about this.
Okay, if you have done that, you've done what I wanted done then.
Excellent.
Would like to do, get it done. So they would know that this is a change for the betterment. Not that they've done anything out of order or whatever. And if there's any kind of little bitty rule been changed, then this is the way it's gotta be. If you've done that, well, that's all I ask.
Mhm.
And, just open the door and say, this is the way it is, that was a problem to me. I just don't think, I don't think that, that's the way to get a good foot out the door.
Yeah.
And that way, if they've got a question, they can ask you.
Mhm. This is just, regular, keeping us up with the times, making sure we understand what,
The thing about it is, see, everybody is, and I'm talking about Esty. I'm way behind the times, and I don't know that I'm the only one.
you're probably not, but we're working on going through the departments.
Good. I'm just asking that they get a good square foot out there on the ground, that they know that it, this is the way it is, and that they can come and ask you again if it gets mixed up, time to get to that, like I would be.
Yeah, and we got to remember that the majority of these are department heads, and we've got to give them some latitude in running their departments as well, as long as they're following this.
I agree.
And this is not a end all be all. I mean, it doesn't say and other duties as assigned,
Right.
but
Right.
there are other things that I'm sure they're gonna go above and beyond.
Well, I think if they're not regular folks.
Right. This is just a basic, and
It's a
they've had
baseline.
it's a baseline, and they've had a hand in letting us know what their job duties are, because nobody knows their job better than they do.
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't expect them to know.
I would
what-
hope that we are the best
Yeah, I would hope
at
so
that
too.
time.
So, I understand what you're saying, but I think Kirsten is
I don't think she's gonna step on her foot.
No.
I'm not saying that.
right.
I just, if you go out the door smoothly,
Mhm.
it all works a little better.
Sure.
And some folks, kind of like me, has messed up enough in their life that they think, well, I really did something wrong. And they didn't want to tell me, so I
Right.
got to be watching. And I'd rather it not be that way, because I don't think nobody's done nothing wrong. As far as I know, that don't mean that they haven't.
Right. And that's why we have those evaluations for each other.
That's fine, that's good.
Thank you. Well, I'll make the motion that we make the changes to the job descriptions and classifications for the
IT director, the golf course department head, golf course regular employee, welfare department head, and welfare clerk assistant. All in favor? All right. You're on the hot seat today. You got the treasurer's report for January of 2021 next.
Mhm. Nothing really major happened in 2020, January. 2021. We've been through a year this last week.
I was gonna say nothing major happened.
You can say that about 2020.
Yeah, just for y'all's approval to look over. Nothing really there to report.
They don't either.
Those are like motion to approve the treasurer's monthly report.
All right.
Second.
All in favor? Consider approval of treasurer's monthly personnel information report.
This is just to let y'all know what our employees are doing. There's been some changeover in the jail, but that's kind of where he's been for the
Yeah.
last couple of months. So.
Okay.
We moved the information to the Affordable Care Act reporting and tracking, so just
We'll,
Go back up one.
go
we're
back.
at the monthly personnel
sir.
information report.
Okay, all right. Let's do that.
Same.
Okay.
Mhm.
All in favor? All right, now we're on the Affordable Care Act.
Now we can go
reporting
to
and tracking
Affordable
system. Can you,
The Affordable Care Act went into effect many years ago. At this point, this is just something that we have done every single year to help us track and report according to the Affordable Care Act guidelines. I anticipate this year we'll see some changes in that, so it'll be helpful to continue this.
Yeah.
We do it every year.
we do.
Sometimes we'll ask the same meeting.
That's the way I'm gonna do it too.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor? Did you?
Yeah.
Are you all against?
I guess so.
Okay. Court to discuss and consider adopting a resolution in opposition to SB 234 HB 749 efforts to silence county officials. Okay, so if you've looked through this and if you've been watching what's going on in the state of Texas, this resolution is basically against what they're trying to do to counties. They're trying to say the legislature, both the Senate and the House have bills that are trying to prohibit county funds from being used to join and support nonprofit county associations that provide collective communications to state legislatures. It doesn't, it is basically silencing counties, saying you can't use somebody to speak for you. However, there are lobbying companies that work for major corporations that can do lobbying. They're not telling them they have to quit. They're just telling cities and counties that we can't use companies to go and be our voice. This basically was came from Jim Allison, and he's requested, and it went out to several different, or not several, but all counties in Texas to see if they are willing to agree to this opposition. I'm oppose what they're trying to do. I've talked to Dustin Burrows about this, our representative. And when I spoke to him, and this was last legislative session, when I spoke to him, he said it was targeted at big counties like Harris County. But it doesn't read that way. It didn't read that way then, and it doesn't read that way now. This is basically saying that we will not have a voice. We're going to have to use our own time and our own money and our own taking us away from Scurry County to go to Austin to address any grievances that we might have, such as the tax cap that they put on us. So if we have any disagreements with them, we have to go way over there instead of.
Jim Allison spent over an hour. It is not good for any county.
Sure.
Because it's just basically a way to, well, you silence the county, the legislature does what they want, they tell you about it when they get through.
Yeah.
That's just.
Yes. And you tie that in with taking away local control of issues, as we've been seeing that has been happening. That really ties your hands
It
as
does.
to what you can do.
And if you read that bill,
Mhm.
that's what it says it does without saying it.
Right,
That's
the intention.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, but it's, yeah, they passed out that deal down there. There's 350 commissioners or something.
Yeah.
They passed it out during his deal.
Mhm.
And so, I think we ought to adopt a resolution in opposition to it.
Okay.
Because we got to start somewhere.
We do. Okay. All in favor? And if there are any other elected officials that would like to be on this, I'll check with them. They can sign that as well. Court to consider certification of additional revenues in the form of supplemental payments from TAC for MVD supplement claim on ambulance damage. Yes, an ambulance was damaged. The amount is $6,949.41 to repair the ambulance, and that insurance money came in. And
Motion to certify the additional revenues from TAC. Form of supplemental payment. Claim of ambulance damage.
all in favor? Okay, accounts payable. Not Angela? Not Angela?
No, it's not. Total accounts payable is $845,965.09, with Citibank credit card being 13,815.56 for a grand total of $859,780.56.
And there were no line item transfers or budget amendments, by the way.
Okay.
What was that second amount? Is it, I'm sorry, guys, just writing down the first.
No worries.
Citibank is 13,815.56, will be paid as soon as all the department heads turn in their receipts. It'll be paid before the next quarter.
Well, I will make the motion to approve the accounts payable. Second.
Second.
All right, all in favor? Okay, that covers everything. We're gonna go into executive session to conduct an annual review of Gary Ashley.
Kicking us out in the cold.
Well,
Did you get everything you needed, Bill?
I'll let you know if we
Thank you.
take any action against Gary.
Y'all stay warm.
You too. Thank you. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. It's been in the
Thank y'all.
back.